The other recipe I'm going to make for Cinco de Mayo tomorrow as the token Chicano out there with a bunch of Anglos is ceviche. So I walked into the Pescaderia in Marina Foods, which sounds kind of, might be a Hispanic place, but actually isn't. It's owned by Chinese. It's a Chinese grocery store. But all the people at the fish counter, they are all mis amigos, because I talked to them in Spanish. So I went up to them and I asked them, I said, what's a good fish for making ceviche? And they said, Sierra mackerel. Or well, one guy said, Sierra mackerel. And I told him that I have my doubts about it because it looks like it's a blue fish. And he said, he insisted. And there's another guy at the counter there who knows me better. He looked at me and he said, yes, Sierra mackerel. And he told the other guy how to prepare it for me. Now, it does have, even after they've made it into a fillet, the fish, it does have a central little spine, but you can just separate. As I promised, these are the ingredients for the ceviche that I'm going to make. There's the fish, which in this case is Sierra mackerel. I've used cod, fresh cod. I've used snapper before as well. You do want a white fish, but on the recommendation of the guy at the fish counter, I'm going to try it with Sierra mackerel. There are green chilies, ginger, mango, and lemons. Okay, and what was it that Christopher Columbus went looking for a path to? He went looking for a path to garam masala. So I'm going to put in some garam masala and of course salt and pepper and whatnot. But those are the ingredients of ceviche. Okay, so here are the fish fillets. Any one piece of this is a quarter fish fillet, and I want to cut it. So I'm going to try holding the knife, and I'm going. Oh, this is not work. This is not going to work. ¿Dónde está mi manos libre? Oh, there. That's the solution. Before I use that though, I just want to point out, go through the whole fish, just sort of feel it, so that just make sure that there are no, spines and bones, not bones, but whatever it is that fish have left over in there, and just remove it by hand. Okay, there we go. So now, you want them about a centimeter size. So here's a sushi knife. It's gone blunt. But anyway, so I'm just split them again with a nice sharp knife. Make a couple of cuts if you need to, and then just stack all the pieces of fish together and just go chop, 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 chop. And if it tears a little bit, that's good. It's going to increase the surface area of the fish and of the pieces of fish, and it's going to just be a good thing. When you're asking them to prepare the fish for you, make sure to ask them to scale the fish, and more importantly than scale, you want the skin off. Skin doesn't sort of cook in lime juice quite as well. Okay, there we go. What's the one time you don't have to be super finicky about washing your cutting board and your knife after having cut fish right before you're going to cut mango? There's only one recipe in the world for which you can do that, and that is ceviche al mango. So, we can just do like a light rinse of the stuff and get by with it. And now I'm going to cut the mango. Okay, so I did a little bit of a switcheroo out there. I switched knives, but just because this one is easier for me. So hold the mango like this, cut the top off. See, there it is. It goes whoop. Okay, that's gone. It's not a great mango, it's kind of light yellow. It's not oranger as I would like a good Alfonso to be, but that's what it is. And then you just go feeling along the bone, cut along the bone. Ooh, smell this. Yum, 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 yum. Ooh, this is delicious. Okay, yeah, so maybe I'm not going to criticize this mango anymore, because So you cut those two halves, and then you do the same thing. Go along the beard of the mango, not against it, and cut those sort of side things off. And now, if my girls were here, or if you were in India, kids would be fighting to suck this. Nobody else is around, so guess what? This is actually an ideal mango for ceviche because it's slightly tart. Okay, now let's see about the skin. Yeah, it's coming off. It's just sort of cut off a very thin slice like this. And again, you don't have to worry too much about leaving flesh on the skin, because what you can do is you can just suck it. I mean, scrape it off with your teeth. And then just chop up the mango into small pieces. Again, it's ceviche, so sort of the smaller the pieces, the better things will marinate, and the quicker they'll marinate. Now let's try cutting the mango TV chef style, which would be like this, trying not to cut through the skin and cut your fingers off in the bargain. So actually, I don't know if I'm really very comfortable with doing this, but anyway, here goes. Okay, we've done those. Then we go across. Of course, it's going to suck if the skin gets cut off, because then it's not going to all fall out nicely like it. Wah! Hey, all right. Okay, there. TV chef mango cutting. Then what? Okay, then I guess you still have to do that little scraping thing. But actually, scraping is working quite well. Just like when you scrape the fat off a big old bone of lamb or goat or something like that. You just go with a really sharp knife between the fat and the muscle, and you can literally scrape all the fat off if you're concerned about such things. Oh, and then just to make sure that all the mango pieces are chopped up, I just run through it once or twice in either direction like this. Okay, and we're done.